As I said in the last video, sic parvis magna. If you want to translate sic parvis magna, I think the closest thing is something like big things have small beginnings. And those are small beginnings, but amazing. Very well made. And before I talk about these things, these little thingies here, these little pieces of art, here are a few impressions for you. Hi, and welcome to another Whip Basics video. My name is Robbie Emperor, and yeah, this is Whip Basics. Did you know that Giovanni Celeste from Italy was one of the first whip makers who created the whip seen in the movie Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? You know, the black one with the red handle. He was one of the first to create that whip. And by the way, Giovanni Celeste, as he calls himself, the Italian whip maker, I call him always the European whip maker, he was one of the first whip makers to offer a screen-accurate Indiana Jones bullwhip. I know, in the first movie, there wasn't only one whip, there were more whips. I was talking to David Morgan about that in the late 80s and the early 90s. Yes, but there is a famous drawing. Somebody made a drawing of one of the screen used the whips that have been used in the movie, and after that exactly every little detail. And most of the screen accurate Indiana Jones whip go with that pattern, with that drawing, with that thing. And so, but again, Giovanni Celeste was one of the first whip makers who offered the Indiana Jones, the Raiders of the Lost Ark whip. So this here is, believe it or not, this is not just a toy thing. This here is a 1:4 scale Raiders of the Lost Ark whip, the Indiana Jones whip. Everything is as it is on the big one. That's what I said. Big things have small beginnings. In that case, very small beginnings. This is really interesting. It's a unique piece. It is made from rawhide, and believe it or not, this is made exactly after the same specifications the big one is made. So you have a core, you have a plated belly, you have a bolster, you have another, and so on. It is made like the big one, just a smaller scale, 1:4. I mean, even the heel knot here is exactly the same pattern, and the wrist loop, exactly the same pattern. Everything is exactly the same. The transition knot here, everything is the same. I know that this thing is so small, it's hard to see on cam here, but therefore we have the pictures. But I mean the details. You have the fall hitch, and the fall hitch is made exactly the same way it is made at the big one, the original, the 1-on-1 size. And what I said in the other videos about the quality of the braiding, this is exactly the same thing. So if you take this here, my God, this is so small. And if you push it, and turn it, nothing happens. And that is exactly what should happen. Nothing. I mean, I've seen whips from whip makers who braid the last few inches just around thin air. And if you do this, you hold it here, you push it together, you do this, you do that, the strands go up like that. That's not good. You know, with this little thing here, I would accept this. This is so small, this is so tiny. I would say, yeah, okay, well, but even here, it's made absolutely up to the standards, and that's a good thing. And the most funny thing ever is that you can crack that. Oh my goodness! I try this. I get up right here on the table. It's a bit. Oh, it works even. Okay. Wow. Okay, I'll get up later on, not on the table right here. That's a little bit. Okay. Anyway, you can crack it. But beware, this thing is fast. It's really fast. So careful, okay? On. Okay. You know, I mean, this is a wonderful accessory. This is a wonderful decoration thing. This is wonderful just to have it with you. But I'm serious. If you crack this little thingy, be careful, okay? Be careful with your eyes, because it is really, really fast. Next thing. Ta-da! Keyholder. And this keyholder is made, again, after the whip used in the first movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark, the whip, Indiana Jones. Yeah, I don't know who made whom famous, Indiana Jones the whip or the whip Indiana Jones. I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, you have everything here. You have the wrist loop, you have the handle, and by the way, this handle is stable. It is not flexible, so there is no problem that it would break or something. It's solid, and you have the heel knot. The heel knot is exactly the same pattern as it is on the big ones, again, and the wrist loop here. It is really cool because, yeah, it is, you know, for an Indiana Jones fan, it's even if you're not an Indiana Jones fan, it's fun. It's just a nice thing. It's kind of an eye catcher because you say, okay, well, what I do with this, I always have this spring thingy because I have the tendency to lose my keys. Yeah, therefore, this one. And the good thing is I put everything in my pocket, and in the end, this here sticks out of the pocket. So when I need my keys, I grab the whip. I grab the key holder, and then I have my keys. That's a that's cool. That's a really nice thingy. That's really nice. And a little detail on top, even the key holder is made from rawhide. So that's not, I was asked about that. Therefore I mentioned that, I emphasize that. No, it's not plastic. No, it is real braided. It's braided from rawhide. Okay, so that's for these things. Oh, and by the way, you can carry it with you, but you should really take care of it. So leather dressing. This is really a little whip. Okay, it's just, again, it's just 1 to 4 scale. I mean, how? Just my thoughts on that. It is real art to make a whip from leather. You know, splitting, skiving, the plating, everything. This is a high art, absolutely. I said this often enough before. And it is a piece of art if you make a whip in the original size. But imagine this. This is so tiny. therefore I said, sic parvis magna. The thing is, this little thing here is, again, sorry for repeating myself, but I always have this on my mind. This thing is so tiny, so small, such a little thingy. It's amazing, but it is made exactly the way the big one is made. And that, believe me, that is complicated. I mean, can you imagine how small the strands are? What little tiny thing, and to break that little thingy. I'm not sure if Giovanni used a magnifying glass to do that. It's a... Oh my God. Oh. I would definitely need a magnifying glass. Okay, so that's it. I just wanted to introduce to you those things because they're interesting. It's interesting. It's a passion to do reviews on whips, on good whips, and so this is really nice. It's fun to do a little video on these little things here. If you're interested in those, if you want to know anything about those, contact the whip maker, Mr. Giovanni Celeste. Yeah, and then talk to him about that. I just wanted to show them because it's fun. They are not necessary. Those aren't handy tools. You can't use them for performance. They are just nice. And this, especially this one here, this is a good example of what a real craftsman can do. So, thanks for watching. Have a great day. And if you like, you could subscribe to my channel if you like. All the best. Take care. And here's to the next one.